Well, happy Friday to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. You made it. Steve Collins, a.k.a. Santa Claus, coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, and purposeful coach and speaker in the world. I'm so thrilled to be here with you today on what I believe will be one of the most impactful and profound videos that I've had the privilege to create in a while. And it's along these lines. In every area of your life. Now, I'm referring to the Wheel of Life, which is the metric and the measure and the tool that we utilize in the Voice of One coaching program to determine the ability of an individual to break their life up into different areas, recognizing that there are mindsets and attitudes, habits, or lack of habits that are keeping a person stuck and feeling like they're not able to be their best, or they are taking massive action day after day, understanding that time on task over time will create a big life for them. So with the Wheel of Life of this measure and metric, if you will, we are in a position to make a decision. And that decision is this: am I going to stay small or am I going to live big? Am I going to stay small or am I going to live big? And the decision is yours to make. And here is the revelation, my friends. Are y'all ready for the revelation? Either way, you gonna pay. Either way, you are going to pay. You are either going to pay while you have some sense of control. Now, don't y'all mind me. There's a straight drive right on here to get on the highway, and there's a little punk next to me revving his engine. That happens all the time when I'm in this car. So y'all don't worry whenever I hit the gas here in just a second, okay? Don't nobody judge me. I ain't gonna break the speed limit. I'm just gonna get from 0 to the speed limit real quick. So either way, you're gonna pay. You are either going to pay in prevention. And what are you going to pay? I'm so glad you asked me. You are going to pay in time, or you are going to pay in money. You are going to pay in time or money. It's one of the two. That's how we do every now and then, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. You are either going to pay in time or money by preventative measures, or you are going to pay in time and money to repair and replace. You are either going to pay time and money to prevent, or you are going to pay time and money to repair or replace. What's the difference? I'm so glad you asked. The difference is control. The difference is some sense of control. The difference is when I choose to pay to prevent issues from occurring, I have some sense of control because I am choosing what I'm going to do, and I'm choosing how much I'm going to pay, and I'm choosing the time that I'm allotting to address preventative maintenance. You're gonna pay for preventative maintenance, or you're going to pay for repair and replacement. And control is the factor, because if you do not invest, not pay. If you do not invest, which means you yield a return, if you do not invest in preventative maintenance for each area of your life, you will be subjected to the control of circumstances putting a demand on your time and your checkbook according to its rules. Well, Steve, that's a little confusing. Would you be willing to give me an example of that? I'm so glad you asked, Uncle Buck. I'm going to tell you exactly an example. Let's just use automobiles, if you will. Have you ever been that person? I know I have. I'm just going to tell you. Have you ever been that person that was driving down the road, minding your own business one day, and then all of a sudden you started hearing a strange noise, and you're like, oh my goodness, what is my car doing? Okay, I don't have time for this. I don't have the money for this. I know how I'm going to fix it. I'm going to turn up the radio. I'm going to make it a little louder. I'm going to crank up the music so I can't hear it. La, 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 la. I can't hear you. I don't hear you making a funny sound, car. And you blow off the sound that the car is making, not realizing that week after week, it's getting a little louder and getting a little louder and getting a little louder, and you're avoiding it because of two things. You're thinking, I don't know how much this has cost me. This is going to cost me something. I don't know how much it's going to cost, and two, I really don't have the time to deal with this because I'm so busy. and you keep putting it off until it's Friday on 1604 at 5:15 p.m. and the car stops and locks up in the middle of traffic, and you create a massive issue for hundreds and hundreds of other people. And now you are embarrassed, now you are ashamed, now you are upset, and guess what? Because you did not control paying for preventative maintenance, you are now forced into and subject to the demands of repair or replacement. And the rules are no longer being made by you. You are no longer in any type of control. Now you must call for a tow truck and they'll get there when they get there. Now you must also take it to a repair shop and you're going to pay whatever it's going to cost to pay. Maybe initially it was a simple little thing that could have been a couple $100. Now it could be several $1,000s, because either way you go and pay. And preventative maintenance tends to be, for the most part, less expensive than repair or replacement. Okay, that's just one example. What's another example? Well, in your spiritual life, you will either pay time and money to invest in your spiritual development and growth. I don't know, maybe it's going to church, maybe it's buying a Bible you can actually understand. I love what my mentor Zig Ziglar used to say. He goes, there's so many people that go, well, Zig, I don't know about going to church and all that, because there ain't nothing but a bunch of hypocrites over there. And Zig would tell them, well, friend, don't let that stop you from going to church just because there's a bunch of hypocrites there. Don't let that stop you. We always have room for one more. And he said, it's always funny to me when people say, well, Zig, I don't follow the Bible because I can't understand it. What they don't say is that they don't pay attention to what they can understand. So when we think about spirituality, you're going to invest time and money in preventative maintenance, or you are going to spend time and money on repair and replacement when something goes morally or ethically wrong that costs you maybe your reputation, maybe business, maybe your job. Something happens where there's just a massive season of recovery and a time for you to put your life back together, and it's very costly and it tends to be out of your control. Either way, you're going to pay. Either way, you're going to pay. You're either going to invest in preventative maintenance with some sense of control and decision, or you are subject to paying the price of repair and replacement later. Another area of life, your marriage. Well, I ain't got time to go to no couples getaway. That's ridiculous. I ain't need to do that. She's still married to me. She's still got my ring. Gotcha, buddy. Problem is, you don't really know what's going on with her, man. And if there's no date night, if there's no continual courting, if there's no continual conversation and growth and really talking and connecting with one another, if you don't invest time and money in preventative maintenance, then guess what it will cost you in a divorce? Half of whatever you got, and probably more when you count the psychological and emotional pain and trauma that you go through, not to mention the ongoing pain and suffering and guilt and shame of the effects on the children. Either way, you go and pay. You're going to invest in the maintenance, preventative maintenance, invest, meaning you get a return with some control, or you are going to pay the price for repair or replacement, and it will be out of your control, and you will not know how much it will cost. You will not know how much time it's going to take from your life, and you have no control. It's going to put the demand on you. Another area in your career, you are either going to pay and invest for preventative maintenance. You are going to study, you're going to learn, you're going to go to seminars. Maybe you're going to hire a coach. Maybe you're going to hire several coaches. I have 5 for different areas of my life. Maybe you're going to get the help of somebody else. Maybe you're going to go to an event. Maybe you're going to commit to reading a book a month. You're going to invest with some control, time, and money, or you are going to pay the price when they say, Sally, we appreciate you, and your position has been terminated, and you are no longer required to be here. We ain't firing you, sweetheart. We are just reintroducing you to the marketplace for other opportunities, you see? Well, Sally, I'm sorry. Sorry that had to happen to you, but either way you're going to pay. You're either going to invest in preventative maintenance, or you are going to pay the price for repair and replacement. What other area of your life? Your physical body. what brought on this video again this morning? I was in my refrigerator looking at and thinking about all of the supplements that Angela and I and the kids take on a regular basis. And I thought, my gosh, we got the Zija Red, we got the Moringa Oleifera, we got Brain Juice over here, we got the Catalyst over there, we got the high quality protein here, we got the fats over here. And I remember thinking to myself, man, we are really spending regular amounts of money on this stuff. And the good old Lord corrected me and he said, you're not spending money on this stuff, son. You're investing this, and you're enjoying the benefits of incredible health. You're enjoying the benefits of unlimited energy. You're enjoying the benefits of not getting sick. You're enjoying the benefits of feeling the very best that you can. This morning, there are other 51-year-olds on the earth who are staring at 7 bottles of medicine and medication, who can barely move, who are crotchety and tight, who are hurting, who are paying about 10 times as much for the medication to repair. They're paying to repair, where you are investing in preventative maintenance. What other area of life might that be for you? It might be in your money. You're either paying to learn your time and money, you're investing your time and money to learn the methodologies of finances, or you are not. You're living paycheck to paycheck and struggling and living outside of your means, and you're going to pay a price for that. And it's usually peace of mind and the number one source of arguments between couples. It's tough. Either way, you go and pay. In your parenting, you are either going to invest time and money with your children, more time than money, quite frankly. But, for a few bucks, you guys can go get an ice cream at McDonald's and spend an hour with one another. Oh, I know they don't like you, just like my kids don't like me, teenagers. I know they don't want to hang out with you. They want to hang out with their friends. But either way, you go and pay, sweetheart. You are either going to pay by investing time in them in preventative maintenance for that relationship, or you are going to pay the price of repair or replacement, if you will, by neglecting that relationship. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, either way you're going to pay. So what is my charge to you this morning? My charge to you is very clear. Recognize this. Either way, you gon' pay. Either way, you gon' pay. You are either going to have some semblance or sense of control to invest your time and money in preventative maintenance for every area of your life, or you will be subjective to the slave-like tyranny of the desperation that accompanies repair or replacement. And that, my friend, will be a blank check. That, my friend, will be, sorry, it's going to be on desperation's time. It's not going to be on your timetable. And you don't know how long it's going to take. You don't know how much time it's going to eat. And you don't know how much money you're going to spend. But here's what I can tell you. One gives you the ability to control and enjoy and decide. One is a demand put on you to react and to respond. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. I pray today you make the right decision to invest. Have a great Friday.